we're looking at sector graphs and divided bar graphs. Now, that's just another way of representing information and data. So that's what this is. We're representing and interpreting data, and it just happens that in this lesson we're looking at sector graphs and divided bar graphs. All right, so write the title, learning goal, and off we go. You can press pause whenever you like. Okay, Lincoln was working in front of his computer for 6 hours in this day, because hopefully he doesn't do it every day. This is how he used his time, okay? So he spent 1 hour and a half on online learning, half an hour on, or 0.5 of an hour on Snapchat, 1 hour on Instagram, and 3 hours doing his TikTok dance videos. So he spent most of his time doing TikTok dance videos, but that's up to him. He goes, represent this on a sector graph, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to represent it on a sector graph, and I'm going to put an extra one that goes and divided bar graph. Okay, so let's do the sector graph first. So the sector graph essentially is a pie. Okay, so sometimes sector graphs get referred to as pie graphs. So we need to draw a circle. That's not a circle. There we go, circle, and divide it into sections. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this pizza up into 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And I'm going to represent. So what I'll do is I'll give everything a color. So I'll say that online learning is this color. And I'll say that Snapchat is this color, Instagram is this, oh no, that's not. Instagram is this color, and I'll say TikTok is this color, all right? So TikTok's the easiest one to do first because it's 3 hours, so I'm going to put that there. So I'm going to color 3 parts of the pie graph. Then Instagram is 1 hour, so that's there. Now, Snapchat is 1 hour and a half. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an extra line here. I'll do it a different color so you can see it. I'm going to split that in half. So Snapchat, he didn't really spend that much time with Snapchat. So we'll color him, oh, wrong one. We'll color him in there. And he spent 1 hour and a half on online learning. So it's one piece plus another piece, all right? So that's representing his time on a sector graph, okay? So a divided bar graph will be like this. You need to put a line down the bottom, and we need to do the same sort of thing. So I'm going to put it into 6 sections as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to represent the same thing. Okay, so TikTok was 3 hours, so I'm going to put that over 3 sections. Instagram was 1, so it's 1 more there. Snapchat was a half, so that's there. And online learning was 1.5, so it's there. Now I'm going to use the same colors as I used before because it will make sense. So the online learning was 1 hour and a half, so that's there. Instagram was 1 hour, so that one was that there. Snapchat was that little half of it. And online learning was 1.5. Oh, and TikTok, we've forgotten about TikTok. TikTok is this. So what I'll do is I'll put 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5. Oh, I made a mistake. That's 0, and that's 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hours, 5 hours, and 6 hours. So we've got 2 ways of representing how Lincoln used his time in front of the computer. Okay. Find the percentage of time that he spent on TikTok. This one's pretty straightforward. It looks like it's half. And we know that that is 50%. Okay? But I'll show you another way that you can do it. You can just write, it was 3 out of a total of 6 hours. And then to make it a percentage, we're just going to multiply it by 100. Pop that in our calculator, and you will indeed get 50% to answer the question. All right, next slide. Okay, so hopefully you've seen this photo before, but this is a photo of like how many Smarties came out of one Smartie box. And it says, can we represent these Smarties on a sector graph? Now, I've found there's actually 11 Smarties here. So I've actually found a sector with 11 slices. So now I'm going to put that into the information. Now, instead of colouring them in like I did last time, I'm just going to write their name into it. So brown has 2 slices, so I'm just going to go brown. Pink has 3 slices, so I'm going to go pink. And I'm going to make it known that that's pink, like as a section. And brown, I'm going to do the same thing. So it's pink. Blue had 2, so that's blue. So that's blue. Yellow had 3, so I'm going to write yellow. Divide that pie up. And purple had 1, so I'm going to put purple there. All right. So that's represented the pie graph. That's a sector graph, sorry, which often is known as a pie graph. And there's a question here in brackets. It says, what percentage is brown? Now, the brown one is 2 out of a total of 11 Smarties. So I'm going to go 2 out of 11. And we're going to multiply it by 100 to find that percentage. So I'm actually going to do this right now with my calculator. 2 over 11, and I'm going to multiply this by 100, and I get 18.18%, and that's 2 decimal places. All right, so it's an unusual amount, and the reason for that is that it's the sector or the pie graph is out of 11 slices. Anyway, that's sector and divided bar graphs. Hopefully that helps. Peace out.